I think we're live, guys. I think we are live. Hey, guys, welcome to the broadcast tonight with two really special guests. My two favourite YouTube channels over there, the bloody Sandgropers. Welcome to the broadcast tonight with two really special guests. My two favourite. No,
sorry,
someone
Bob.
can't see me. How's that going? Can you hear me
I
all
think
right?
that's
Ray Muller's on saying loud and clear. We'll just make sure everyone, no echo, guys. You know what it was like last week. Let us know if we're loud and clear. Ray said we're loud and clear. Hopefully no echoing, guys. We've got headphones on the standby just in case. Matty Crick saying, g'day, boys. How are we?
Hey, Matty.
Hey, Matty, how you going?
71 on. We'll wait till we get a few more on, and then we'll get stuck into it anyway. Lukey Alexander. Yep, working good. That's what we want to hear, Lukey. Good stuff, mate. Gidgy Gorilla, g'day, mate. Sounds good. It's fantastic. So we both ticked that echo cancellation at both ends now. Maybe that was the problem last week. So anyway, righto, guys, we'll get into it. Here we go. If you've been living under a rock, guys, the two guys I've got with me tonight, Pete from WA Camping Adventures and Cam from Wild Touring, guys. Two of the best bloody YouTube channels over there in West Aussie. Thanks for tuning in. And, guys, thanks for joining in on bloody, you know, when I first come up with the idea of having these live feeds, I thought, geez, it'd be good to get Cam and Pete on. And I wasn't expecting to have yous on both at the same time, but that's even better, having yous both on. So, everyone, feel free to put some questions up. If Pete and Cam can see them, they'll answer them, guys. So, I'm not doing all. Tim the Toolman up in Cairns there tuning in. Steve Fuller down there in Kingaroy. You're probably mentioning towns, guys, you probably never heard of over there in the West. And
it's all good.
We get people all around, and we even get some overseas people every now and then, which is three. Matty Crick goes, three knuckleheads.
Love that guy.
Here we go. No, show. Here we go. That's what I just... Cheers, champs. I know I just clicked the right one. I'm not doing a good start.
Yeah. It's going to be a common question tonight.
Yeah,
I think how red I am.
How much
you got it on the screen.
How much?
I love it.
Freaking Tomo.
I tell you what, Pete's not red, guys, because of the amount of grog he's drunk already. He said he was
Not
out
yet.
in the boat all day yesterday, and he's a brickie, so he's been out in the sun. So that's why he looks like Tofty's twin brother, the tomato man. Always red in the cheek. You always got the sunglass mark on, mate, but that comes from working out in the sun all day. I'll tell you what, I couldn't do it. So take my hat off to you, mate. You work hard and bloody good on you. So
Thanks,
what have we got on
Bucko.
now? We're up to 177, boys. So bloody, as I said, guys, if anyone's got any really good questions and I see them in the chat room, I'll put them up and that. But anyway, I'll start it off. Pete and Cam, you bloody two of my favourite YouTube channels. And just recently, I asked you before we went live, I said, did you guys know each other before YouTube came along? And you said, no, you met through YouTube just by being local YouTubers over there in West Aussie. And now you formed a bloody good friendship and you're starting to do some collabs together. And I'll tell you what, it's going gangbusters for you fellas.
Yeah, no, I feel really lucky to have found each other. Actually, we've become really good mates. And the families have become really good friends as well.
Yeah, that's good.
We've actually got the wives and kids that we're at my house at the moment, and everyone's out the back and having a barbecue, and it's been a really good thing, really positive thing.
Yeah. And that's good. As I said, we're only going to go an hour tonight, guys, because Pete and Cam got all their families there, so they're going to have a chat till 6 o'clock their time, which will be 8 o'clock Queensland, 9 o'clock for all the Mexicans. And we'll let you go and have a barbecue with the family. But, yeah, it's fantastic, YouTube. There's some negative stuff about it, but I've met some absolutely fantastic people through YouTube. And I always recommend if someone wants to get into YouTube, have a crack at it because you never know where it might lead. It leads to some bloody really special friendships. It really does.
Yeah, too
right.
I
can absolutely attest to that because literally there's a couple of guys watching like Tomo and I can see Mark and that. Some of my bestest mates now in the world I've met through this YouTube thing. It's because you share that interest and you just, like I can't believe the actual friendships that I've formed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love you, mate.
Oh, I love you. I was talking to I love you.
That's good. No, it's pretty good, eh? And how long has been going now, fellas? Pete, your channel's been around a few years now, mate.
I'm gonna say I'm up at nearly 5 years now. I think I put out a video last year of 4 years, and I think you started just a little bit before me.
I think we started at the same time, 2016.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, I always remember you being around the same time and that. And boy, oh boy, both your YouTube channels have gone gangbusters. And Cam, we're only speaking when you did your trip around West Aussie, mate, with the family. That's when you exploded on the scene. And people love seeing all the different parts of West Aussie and you putting your own spin on it, mate. But what is it about Western Australia with YouTube? Like, there's some good YouTube channels over there. And if there's a state there with, I think, the most camping YouTube channels, it's got to be West Aussie.
Oh, well, Buck, you've been over here. WA, we're so lucky. Like, you've got it all in one state, don't you?
Yeah, driving on the beach as well.
Yeah, we've got amazing forest down south. We've got some awesome inland desert stuff. The beaches are, next level. And then you start getting the Pilbara and the Kimberley, and it's just breathtaking.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you've got it all. I know it's a big state. It's a long way to get if you want to go up the Kimberley from Perth. It's a long way up there. But I sit back and watch your channels when you drive down onto the beach and you just park your vehicles on the beach and have a fish and that. And I think, lucky buggers, beautiful, white, pristine beaches with clear water, with no crocodiles. And you can just drive on the beach. We're very limited in Queensland. Fraser Island, obviously, and a few other places you can drive on the beach. But boy, oh boy, you've got so much of it over there, haven't you? That's why they call you Sandgropers, I suppose. You've got bloody beaches have a look around Esperance and that. The beaches down around Esperance. They've just got to be the best in the world, haven't they, those Esperance beaches?
I reckon so. I reckon I'd take it a lot more, me personally, I'd take it a lot for granted because literally I think it was the last trip before Christmas. We come onto this beach, Buck, and I don't want to rub it into any, you guys over the eastern states there, but this beach was just flat for about 30 kilometres. And it's like it was probably 100 meters wide, and it's just hard sand. You drive, you're driving along, you're overtaking each other, and it's a beautiful feeling. Hey, did I rub it in enough there, or did I mention no crocs?
No crocs. Yeah, the Gidgee gorilla said all the great whites ate the crocs over there. That's why there's no crocodiles. But,
we've got a few sharks, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'll tell you, there's no shortage of great whites over there, is there? Down in the southwest there, so. Yeah, no, Jack Turtle on, guys. Yeah.
Because I can get mistaken for a large, male seal. When I'm in the water. Oh, shit. Yeah. I'm missing all them in the comments.
I know, it's hard to keep up with them.
Yeah. What I love about YouTube too, lads, is you're over the other side of the country. I'm up here, far north Queensland, and then you've got Tim Bates down there who's going to come on and do a live feed with me too in the Victorian.
Love that guy.
Oh, he's good. Timmy's great.
Yeah.
Isn't it good to see how we all got different styles of camping? I mean, everyone's got different equipment, but the way you go down on the beach and you camp on the beach, I'm camping in rainforest with crystal clear water holes, and Timmy Bates is there camping in snow and in the bloody high country of Victoria. We just got it all, this country. It's just it's a big country, but I'll tell you what, there's a bit of everything. And that's what's great about YouTube. You get to see, even though a lot of people can't get over to West Aussie, they can experience it through your channels and Brody and all the other channels over there in West Aussie.
Yeah, and sorry, mate, I keep bloody cutting over here myself. But I find, I don't know about any of the people commenting or you, but I actually do not watch TV at all anymore. I'll come home and I'll switch on Netflix or bloody YouTube because there's so much variety, and plus it's too much freaking bad news on on TV.
And the funny thing is, like, I don't know about you, Pete, but I find myself watching a lot of Queensland content.
Yeah, same here.
Maybe the grass is always greener. I don't know, but like Buck, or Back to Basics, or Nick Fry. Some of my favourite YouTubers, like you, are over in Queensland. So
true, yeah.
I'm quite
funny you should say that. Back to Basics is only 40 minutes, half hour down the road in Mission Beach. That's where Strick and them are from, Mission Beach. And gee whiz, he's hasn't that channel just gone Strick and Friend and that. They're just an amazing. They're up there with Brody, mate. Really are. Just an absolutely.
Yeah, they're still real. That's what it is.
There's another one as well, Wild Reaches. He's a Queenslander.
Oh,
That's very good.
I do like him.
Yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah, there's a lot of good channels there. West Aussie, some other little ones. 4x4 Camping and Adventures. Braden there. Great little channel, and he's still going strong. Graham Reinders from Great Off-Road Adventures there in West Aussie. Jesus, some good little channels over there. There really
should
is.
Be a lot bigger than they are, You just don't get the recognition of those little channels,
Yeah, Graham's just done a fantastic thing there, and he's a bloody. I've met him over at the Perth 4-wheel drive. Pete, when you and me had a beer over there, and he's a really nice guy, mate, and he just loves what he does and keeps it as a hobby. He's got a job on the outside. And speaking of which, guys, I can see the momentum really powering forward with you. Everyone knows where I stand with, I'm basically retired now, guys, and I still do YouTube as a hobby. Is there any plan of really trying to ramp it up to the next level and go professional at all, Cam or Pete? Or are you just going to keep it as a hobby for now?
So it definitely started out as a hobby. There was no intention to, never even considered that I'd look at doing it full time. It's something that I would love to do, but only if I can do it on my terms. Yeah, if I could do it my way, then definitely I'd give it a crack. But even, like you're doing already now, if it meant that I just had a couple of days a week less at work and a couple more days with the family and out there full driving and camping, then I'd already be winning. What about you, mate?
For me, Buck, I used to want to do it full time, I'll be honest, but I think I've done a bit of a 180. I think I just want to try and use YouTube to try and supplement my bricklaying job, just so I don't so much pressure on myself. But at the moment, I'm finding that it's sort of growing slowly and steadily, and I love that. But I think that I don't ever want it to become a job. But apart from that, the day that I don't enjoy it, I'm going to stop it. Yeah, put it that way.
There is quite a bit of pressure to get stuff
out.
There
can be. Yeah, of course there can be.
Do you feel that pressure, Buck?
Absolutely. And I mentioned that to you guys. I've seriously considered throwing YouTube in, but what keeps me going is the good people out there that keep me going. My charities keep me going too, fellas. I'm passionate about raising money for charities.
That's freaking amazing too, Bucko.
Yeah, I know, mate. It's just something I'm passionate about. I'm not in this for myself and never have been. It's always I'm in it to help other people out, whether it's give them some camping advice or do a charity drive and help people out. We've got another good one coming up in a few weeks for a veterans charity and that. But there are times where YouTube just wears you down and you just think, I'm over it. And I've been going 10 years. I haven't been doing full on YouTube for 10 years. But I started off on a grainy old iPad before YouTube really started getting really popular, guys. I've been around a while, and it's taken me years to get any sort of traction. Probably the last 3 years I've started to get a little bit popular. And, but there's times there where you just go, it's all too hard. I just want to go camping. I want to leave the cameras behind. I've had a gutful of trying to put drones in the air and missing sunsets because I'm trying to put drones in the air. Do you just get the same thing? And I said before we came live, Michael, I think it was, from Seek Adventure, 100,000 subscribers. He just come on one day and said, boys, I'm out. I've had enough. I'm not enjoying it anymore. YouTubing and that and having cameras all the time's taking the fun out of camping. Do you get the same feeling? Yeah,
definitely. We lost a really good one over here as well. Alex from Intense Off-Road.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Adventures. There's been a few good ones that have pulled the pin. And I think, I can probably speak for all of us where, in saying that it's something that we'll probably only continue doing while it's fun, while it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
100%. And why would you do something you don't like doing? You know what I mean? I must admit, sometimes I get, I find that after a full day of, filming, that, I'll get a bit tired in the afternoons or whatever. And sometimes, you can't find that motivation. But I find a night's sleep helps a lot. But that's the beautiful thing about the stage we're at and what you said before, how you want to do it on your own terms. If I don't want to film that night and I want to sit back and have beers with with me mates there instead of shoving cameras in their face, then I'm going to bloody do that. And as rude as it sounds to like the viewer, I hope they can understand that I just, you know what I mean? Like I am trying to still do this for fun as well, even though, it's hard when you are, you know, you got like Patreon and stuff like that. It's a balancing act, isn't it, mate?
We do quite a few trips where we don't film them at all.
Yeah.
And I did one just a couple of weeks ago, and it was just a few beers on the beach and a bit of a flick of the rod, and the camera didn't come out at all. So I think that's important.
But then there are other times. Sorry, mate. Then there are other times where you're sort of sitting there and you're having so much fun filming.
Yeah.
Especially when you're doing it with the guys that that like being a part of it. So the crew that I go with, and when we go with people as well, they know that we're going to be filming and they get involved and well, and it bloody energizes you.
Yeah, because not everyone's into it. And you hit the nail on the head with the sunset thing. That's the hardest time, hey, because you want to get the drone up to catch the sunset. You know, you want to start getting dinner on, and you want to get your camera out and your phone out. And there's a lot happening at one time, and it's only a small window.
You mentioned Patreon, Pete. That's a lot of people have said, why don't you do that, Buck? Well, my reasoning behind it is I don't want I don't take myself. I just know this is just me. I don't want people paying to watch me on me. I want to do it because I enjoy it. I want people to watch me. But I just find that you don't do a clip for a few weeks, people are on there going, oh, when's your next clip? You haven't been on for ages. And then I thought, if they start paying your Patreon, they start expecting and demanding you to start producing for them. Have you found that with Patreon at all, or am I on the wrong track?
Well, I'd agree to a certain extent. I just find that the people who do jump on Patreon, there's no disrespect to anyone else, they're the ones who just want to see you do well. And it's really great because you'll get some people jump on for a couple of months, pay the, $2, $3, $5, $10 a month, and then they'll jump off. It's whether they can afford, I don't ever want to put pressure on them either and, dangle carrots in front of the actual other viewers. But it's just something to help us along a little bit. That's all I'll look at it as.
Yeah.
That's how I justify it anyway. I don't know. I'm trying to think.
I had the exact same thing.
Everyone's got a different thing.
It was probably you that sort of pushed me to give it a crack, wasn't it?
Yeah, because I thought it was good because it's a bit more personable and it's like people who believe in you.
Yeah, it's a whole nother community. It's a funny little thing, Patreon. I was quite concerned about it as well. Having those expectations to be able to deliver stuff all the time, and between full-time work and putting out regular content on YouTube, Patreon I thought was going to be another job. But I don't know.
All the stuff you don't put in the main feature, I find I've got plenty. Yeah, and you do as well. You make a good effort as well.
And you're able to connect with people a little bit more because it's a smaller group, it's a smaller community. I'm doing my first Patreon camp in the next couple of weeks, and I was really, really nervous about doing that. But now that we're chatting about it, I'm quite excited.
Is that Percy getting up someone? Yeah. Tell you he's a beautiful dog, Cam. Well, he's an Australian something, isn't he? It's Australian sheepdog. Australian Shepherd. Absolutely beautiful dog, isn't he? The colours in him and that. So, Hey, favourite YouTube channels. Give us your top 5 favourite YouTube channels, boys.
Favorite YouTube channels?
My favorite?
Yeah, your top 5. Who your go-to channels that if you see them come up, you like to go on and obviously, we all watch each other, but 5 other channels that if they come up, you go, yep, I'll watch that one.
Well, Cam under the table has got a knife to my stomach, so I'm going to say him as number 1 that I always watch, no doubt. No. But I'm trying. Actually, you go because I'm going to.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So other than us, obviously everything you guys put out, it's the first stuff I watch. But other than you guys, it'd probably be Trip in a Van. I just like what they do. I enjoy that kind of content, and I like that it's family content because it's something that Tiff and I watch together. She won't watch a lot of YouTube, but she likes Trip in a Van. And then I watch quite a lot of fishing channels, which is weird because I can't fish. But obviously
because we can't catch our own fish. We watch other people do it.
Yeah, too right. Yeah, I love Young Bloods, Back to Basics. I'm really enjoying Wild Reaches. I like Nick Fry. Pretty much all fishing channels.
Mate, how good that Exmouth. We're going to go in there when Roz and I do our trip around. I got to get up to Exmouth. I think it's my only chance to catch a fish in this country is if I go up to Exmouth. It just seems like every time Brody throws a lure in, he's got a fish on the end. It just seems to be incredible up around there.
Yeah, but he makes it look easy.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. And I think he pisses off.
I wonder how much time he's there going. There's nothing around. Like we only see him when he's catching fish. How much time does he sit there and go, shit, there's nothing going here? You know, you don't know, I suppose, do you?
Yeah, it's true. I've just seen a couple of comments there. People have said Chris Barman. He's very good as well.
Yeah. I got inspiration for my tinny trips off of him.
Yeah, and Tyler Thompson, he's very good.
Yep. Maddie.
I don't watch Tyler. I've never watched. I've got nothing against the guy. I've never got. That was the other question I was going to ask, fellas. I used to watch a lot of YouTube channels. I find now I spend so much time on my own YouTube channel, doing my own stuff and answering questions, Messenger, Facebook, YouTube Messenger. There's messages coming from everywhere. It's become almost like a job for me, even though it's still a hobby. It's almost consumed me, and I find myself going, I haven't watched that channel for ages. It's because I've been so busy with my own channel.
Yeah, 100% agree.
Yeah, it is. That's quite hard. Time management, mate. I reckon what I've done, I block out like an hour to answer comments and that. Sometimes I'll be right behind, and that's a thing that plays on my mind. It's like if I come across a comment that I haven't answered maybe, or there's that bit of guilt there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel it.
It's a hard one, eh?
Yeah, you don't want to let people down.
Nah.
Well, I'm quite lucky because Tiff helps me out a lot with the social media and with answering comments and emails and stuff. You get the same.
Likewise, absolutely. She runs a whole merch store, dude.
Yeah, and I know Roz does a lot for you. Like she's behind the scenes now, helping out with the moderating.
Yeah, absolutely. Roz is on the Blue Spanner, and she Roz picks up a lot of comments that I miss out on when I'm doing live feeds and that, and Roz alerts me to certain stuff and that, which is fantastic. Hey, another one, solo camping. We know Tim Bates loves going out, and he loves his own company. I struggle with solo camping. I did it last night with Rafa, and I love the companionship of either mates or even having Roz there, someone to talk to around the campfire. I'm not good company for myself. How do you feel? Like, I know Graham Cahill does his Oz solo stuff, and it's very good, but it's not for me, guys.
Go on, mate. You're right.
I like a bit of both.
Yeah.
I really enjoy someone else's company, and it probably keeps you up a little bit later, and you get to discuss stuff that maybe you probably get to escape from your own thoughts and talk about someone else's issues or interests or whatever. But at the same time, I really enjoy solo camping as well.
Yeah, I reckon I can't do it for maybe more than 3 nights. Otherwise, I need to speak to someone. But I really do enjoy a couple of nights on my own, and music up, beers, fire. It's really good just to sit there and have a think about everything. There's
never any shortage of loud music around the campfire in your clips, Pete.
Nah, it ruins me every time for copyright too, mate.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. Do they sting you for copyright when they can hear the music in the background, eh?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. I've been done for that, but not done. They just give you a warning and say that you can't monetize it, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, that's one of the hardest things about putting a YouTube video together is getting good audio, hey? I reckon sometimes, for a 20-minute video, I spend, maybe 4 to 10 hours of editing. Sometimes a solid 2 hours of that could be trying to find audio. And I don't always nail it either. Like some of my audio is crap. Yeah. Music.
Oh, absolutely. Tracks, music's hard to find.
Actually, you always nail that. Actually, you do really good.
Oh, sometimes I sit down and I'll sit down to edit. I'll mean to, edit, but I'll end up just spending 2 or 3 hours looking for music and saving it all up.
Trying to find royalty-free music to go with your clip and all that type of stuff. You get some good Rocky type stuff, Pete. What sites do you generally go to, mate, or do you pay to go on and get your music?
Yeah, so you have. I think I pay around $199 a year, and I switch between 2. So one is Artlist, and the other one is Epidemic Sound. But I reckon I don't want to drag the topic away, but I reckon this is all a part of having a YouTube channel that a lot of people don't actually realize that there's so many costs and time.
Yeah.
It's like the filming is like 5%.
Yeah.
And then the rest is promoting, editing. Editing's freaking huge, Buck. You'd know that. It's amazing how much time you spend.
Yeah. I know when I was working in the prison, I'd come home for a 4-day break and I'd spend 2.5 of it editing clips up in the computer room. And I thought, I've bloody been out and chatted to Roz. I've been, down there for 4 days. I come home for 4 and spend 2.5 editing in front of a computer and that. And it can consume your life. A lot of people out there, I hope you realise, guys, how much time and effort goes in to running and we're only little guys in the scheme of things. Cam, compared to Brody, and Brody's had to get someone to do all his stuff now. How 3 million subscribers? How could he do that himself? It'd just be impossible.
Yeah. No,
he did bloody well as long as he did, though. He did really well to edit it all as long as he did.
Yeah, wasn't it good to see him bring Jacko in the other day, his brother?
I love Jacko. I absolutely love him, eh? He's so innocent, so untouched by all the YouTube stuff. I reckon it's great. Yeah.
There's another channel that his mate has got. Can you remember what it's called? His best mate that's the tattoo artist. He's Danny something. And you used to see him in all his early stuff. He was the guy that was absolutely covered in tattoos. And he's got his own YouTube channel and it's brilliant. Like he's a real videography, cinematography nerd. And when I find it, I'll let you know, Buck, because it's really good.
I know the guy you're talking to. I forget his name now. And Jared Oxley, Science with Jared, and that.
Jared.
The boys anymore, does he? I don't know if he's had a falling out with them or whether he's just gone a different direction. I don't know. But it used to be good when he went out with the boys on a fishing trip, and they were bloody all bad buggers, but they had a good time together, didn't they?
Yeah, of course they did. Yeah, 100%.
It's a lot of time to commit. I know I have the same issue as well. Like I want to go out every week or every fortnight. But like sometimes it's difficult to find someone who's got that amount of free time to come with you. So it must be hard for him because he'd be filming, a few videos a week, I imagine.
Yeah. How do you find content? How far ahead do you plan on going? I find, like, especially in summertime up here, guys, as you know, we don't camp much in summer here. It's too bloody hot.
Yeah, fair enough.
Trying to come up with content. People are going, you must be struggling for content. Buck, you're doing pie reviews. That was just, and I am. I do struggle for content, especially in summertime when I'm not camping. It's hard to find content to put up. How do you guys do it? How far ahead do you plan?
Yeah, that's an interesting topic, I think. I'm probably more like you, Buck. I'll have a week or 2 weeks worth of ideas at a time, and that's about it. But you're really good, and I'm quite envious of that. How far in advance are you normally?
Yeah,
but you've also got to put into perspective. You've just had a baby. Do you know what I mean? And Bucko, you do a lot more uploads than I do. You do what, once a week, sometimes 2 or 3 or 4 a week. Yeah. Whereas with me, I'll do I keep on a dead set schedule of once a fortnight. So that allows me a lot of time,
Yeah. A lot of your stuff, Pete, is you're actually out there camping and doing the stuff, whereas a lot of mine stuff sitting in the backyard having a talk about something, doing an army ration pack review, or, I'm trying to, I can't just do camping all the time. I'll run out of stuff to do. So I'm trying to make it interesting, do different stuff and all that type of stuff. One thing I do love is the live feeds. Any plans for you guys to start doing live feeds such as this and that? Because they are bloody. This one part of YouTube I enjoy is the live feeds. This is by far the most enjoyable thing for me.
Well, if you're going to host it, mate, I'm keen for it. It's very nerve-wracking. Like I was very nervous before coming on. I'll be honest.
We've been real nervous about this tonight. If I had both you boys on with me, I would never broach it by myself.
Okay, yeah, a lot of people, you've got to have the gift of the gab. You've got to be able to keep talking. But what you do find is people in the comment section, they kind of keep it going. They ask the questions.
Oh, it looks like
they're the ones that keep it going. So, yeah, without the good questions coming through, you get stuck, I think.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to going back and reading all the
same
comments.
Here, actually. Bloody hell. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for tuning in.
And you can never see them. I always love to go back and watch the replay tomorrow morning with a coffee and look at all the great comments because D-Man.
Yeah, thanks, man. I think it's
and Jaron Oxley was the other guy. How do these guys, they must dive down to 20 or 30 metres down there up in Exmouth and that. I couldn't even get to the bottom of the deep end at the pool. That's how useless I'm.
So
we had a barbecue at a mate's house a couple of weeks ago. Dad 4x4, Brad, good mate of both of ours.
Hey, Brad.
And we were swimming in his pool. He's got a cracking little pool, doesn't he?
Yeah, beautiful pool.
And because we're planning this trip up north, Pete and I together, where we're going to do quite a bit of filming, and we're hoping to do a little bit of maybe some spearfishing. Neither of us have any idea what we're doing, but we watch Youngblood, so we're experts. Anyway, so we thought we'd have a crack at breath holds and stuff like that. And we made all the wives get up and get their phones out and start recording how long we can hold our breath.
Oh, God.
It was about 40 seconds?
Yeah, 40 seconds. Oh, shit. So it better be bloody knee high, mate.
I couldn't even get to the deep end at the pool. And then Brody and that, like, you think, God, he must be under there for minutes, mate. Like, absolute minutes. Just absolutely incredible. But big trip. You've got a big trip coming up north. More collabing together, fellas. Great to see. You work well together. You really do, and that's why it's great to have you on the live feed. But you're going to keep collabing together and that, and all that type of stuff too.
Definitely,
yeah, love it.
Yeah, I think we'll do quite a bit together. We've got quite a good plan for this trip coming up north.
Hell yeah, we have.
Because one of the biggest issues for us is we really enjoy each other's company. We get on like a house on fire. But because we both have YouTube channels, they don't compete with one another, but it's the same subject. And if we both film the exact same episode, it's going to be boring for viewers. So we've got quite a good idea. We're thinking we're going to go up for a couple of weeks.
Yep.
And we're going to help each other out. So I'll be the camera crew for Pete and his video on day one, and then he'll do that for me on day two, and we'll rotate through. So we'll have completely different content that we'll both walk away with some good videos, I think.
Yeah, and release them at a different time as well. So it's sort of out of the viewer's memory, if you know what I mean. So it's refreshing when it does come up, you know, because that was a hard one on our the recent the Tinny trip.
Yeah.
You know, we had I noticed myself in a couple of my comments that it was like, oh, this is just a carbon copy of Cam's trip. And it's true, 100% it's true. But
it heaps better.
No, not at all. No way. But it's more like, it is like that. People like watching the same thing, but I don't know. It's how to get around that. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, it's fantastic that you're out together doing all that type of stuff. I was going to ask you about the 76, Pete. Still going all right, mate?
Yeah, going really bloody good. I'll tell you, I don't know what it is. I have a love for that car, even though every person who hops in, it's like, geez, that's rough as guts. Like the suspension and that, because they're like a tin box on a bloody on a chassis, isn't it? But I don't know what it is. There's a feeling I get every time I drive that thing on the beach that I just can't explain to any other person. But I reckon if you go on to bloody Tomo on here, it's called Tomo Shoots. Go on to his Instagram. You have a look at a couple of the photos that he's taken of Jimmy from Grab Me Gear driving my car. He's taken a photo as soon as he's hopped out, and the bloody smile on his face, mate. It's incredible. Oh, you drove it actually on the last. It is good fun. It is. It's rough as guts, but it's fun.
They are a good fun.
And you haven't done a lot of mods to it, Pete, eh? Like you know what I mean?
No,
you don't have to spend $20,000 on mods, and you go everywhere you need to go, mate.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, I won't break my car to get. Well, I'll try as hard as I can to get somewhere, but I won't do it for footage. But at the same time, it's like, I remember before I had a V8, I had a bloody 4-cylinder Navara, and back in the day, I had an 87 4-cylinder Toyota Bundera. That got me everywhere I needed. So, you know what I mean? I've got nothing to complain about. I don't really need to do much.
Yeah. So will you be keeping the Mazda for quite a while, Buck?
Say again, mate?
Will you be keeping your Mazda for a while?
Yeah, absolutely, mate. I'm not one that goes swapping my cars every 3 or 4 or 5 years. Mate, I look after my vehicles, and I try and get as much out of them as I can. The BT50's still going well. It's a good, reliable vehicle, and hopefully I'll get a lot more out of it yet, mate. I'm not one of these guys that just changes my vehicles and that. I don't know. I just like hanging on to it, look after them, and they'll get you everywhere you need to go. Cam, your build's been bloody You've done a lot of stuff with your D-Max, mate. Like new canopy and all that type of stuff on there. You've really gone into depth and put a lot of thought into it too, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's lived a few different lives now. It's had a few different
couple
fit
of transitions.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, it was looking real sad after that big lap trip. The canopy was cracked and falling apart. The bar work was all chipping and falling apart.
Yeah. You told me on Messenger, mate, that the bloody Forbes 13 or whatever it was held up better than the vehicle did.
Yeah, definitely it did. Yeah, there's a lot to be said for those little China vans. It's quite funny. Like now that I've
get ready on the comment section.
Yeah. Here we go.
Here it comes.
Put the bloody flak jackets on, boys.
That little Forbes did handle all that stuff without any dramas whatsoever. And now it's funny, like now that we're looking for the next sort of van, because we've had another kid and now we need a double bunker. So we're looking at something and, probably spend twice as much money. That was around 45 at the time. Now we're probably going to have to spend around 100 grand to get an Australian-made double bunk off-road caravan. And we've been looking for the last few months, and it's really underwhelming what you get for your money. It's really shocked me.
We've been through that.
And I've just gotten a new swag. It cost me bloody $500, $600.
That's the way to go.
100 grand, $600, whatever.
And the rest is on beer.
You can see who's got the big, whose YouTube channel's going the best. Pete, I'm in a filthy old King swag. You're in a $600 swag, and Cam's talking about buying a bloody $100,000 caravan. Yeah. Thanks for rubbing that in, Cam. That's all right, mate.
Yeah, so if there's any of the major banks that want to sponsor my channel.
Any bank managers watching?
Wild Touring, sponsored by the National Australia Bank.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. No, it is hard. And I haven't told... I've only a handful of people. You two know and sworn to secrecy. There's a few people out there, Tofty, me brother. They know what Roz and I are getting. But I'll tell you what, we spent 12 months looking for a caravan before we went with a decision. It's not easy. It's not like, I want that one. When you go and look at them, it's like it's missing something that you wanted. And God, it's not an easy task trying to find a caravan that suits your needs.
No, it's overwhelming, the choices. But yeah, I found the choices overwhelming, but what you were getting quite underwhelming. It's tough.
Yeah. It's hard, mate. It's hard, I know. It is hard. And, it's anyway, I'll be probably around July, we'll be releasing what we got. But it wasn't an easy decision. And I'll tell you what, we went back and forward. It was hard making a decision. But anyway, we'll come up with that anyway. So anyway, what else is on the agenda, guys? You've both got, I don't think we've mentioned it yet. Cam, you've just had little Brody 3 months ago, mate, in addition to the family, or Chloe and thing. And Pete, you got another one on the way, mate.
Yeah, I shouldn't have. Yeah, my wife's, I think we're about 5 weeks away, mate. So, yeah, super excited. Yeah. It's going to be another girl. And I'm just going to get used to being bossed around. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I've come to terms with that now,
3-1, outnumbered. Yeah. No, that's good. Pete, you're always out with yourself and your mates. Do you take the family out much at all, mate, off camera at all, or are they not into camping?
Absolutely, off camera. I reckon the last 6 months, we've sort of had a big transition where we just bought a house, bought another house and moved in, and it's been really busy. And with the baby coming, we haven't done much, but absolutely, yeah, I'll get away with them. We're talking about a family camping trip, aren't we, off camera? But we're different here, but you're very smart about it. I don't really put my girls on YouTube and that.
I kind of fell into that. Because what happened was,
you do it well though.
If this YouTube channel was going in the direction that it is now, and I was starting again,
yes,
I might have done things differently. But the way that my YouTube channel came about was I enjoyed making videos of just whatever we were doing, and I was posting them on my personal Facebook page, and then so the family was always involved in it. But then now it's reaching a broader audience than ever before, and I don't know if I was starting again if I'd do it the same way.
Yeah.
I might take a leaf out of your book and.
Oh no, but you've got a system in place, haven't you, mate? You know you're smart about it. That's like tripping a van. They make sure that they don't post where they are at that time. They're always gone before they post where they are. Smart.
Yeah.
I know. I think you've got to. Yeah, you've got to do that, Cam. But mate, what was good about your tour around West Aussie, Cam, is Tiff was part of it, mate. It wasn't just about you. Tiff and Chloe were there. It was a family thing, and I think that's what people loved. Is that it was a real family adventure, mate.
It was the export bloody fairy dress. Let's be honest, mate. 60 then.
Yeah.
It was the Emu export carton, mate. That's what blew him up. He knows it. No.
Hey, where's Big Marky now? The best bloody the best bush dessert cook going. The big fella. Where's he?
He's in the comments.
Yeah, he's there. I missed that bugger, but
Main's on, is he?
Yeah, he's on. Barely off road is his handle.
Yeah.
Oh, righto. Yeah. Yeah.
He's got something new on the cards there. I don't want to open my mouth in case I'm speaking out of turn, but
okay, mate.
Yeah, he's just gotten a new purchase, so he's pretty keen to come back out again. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, look forward to seeing the big guy again.
There he is. I'm here.
I'm here.
No, I used to love his cook-ups on your channel. He'd always cook up a Mars bar slice or something like that on there, mate. It was bloody.
I want him to start his own channel. I want him to start his own little channel, Yeah. Hey,
is he getting right into the tinny camping? That was a real good decision. Whoever come out to do the tinny camping and that, guys, that's taking his. As I said, you've got to keep coming up with new content, and your tinny camps and that are bloody brilliant. They really are.
Yeah, that's all, Pete.
It's not me. No, I took that inspiration from Chris Bammon. Yeah, I took that inspiration from him and then just ran with it. I'll be honest, so I don't want to take any credit. But
you've been boating for a while, though.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I was boating through my teens and that, with my brother and all that, and my dad and up in Exmouth and all that. But
I'm totally foreign from it. Honestly,
you're killing it. Easy,
it's like learning to drive a car again. The bunny hopping through the street. Instead of doing that, I've been smashing the prop on sandbars. But it's great fun.
It's just on reefs.
And I tell you who was a fish out of water when he went into boating and he tried his hand at boating was Ronnie Dahl. Remember Ronnie got the boat and they went up around
that beach entrance?
I tell you what, if I was out in that boat, I would have been hanging on because Ronnie didn't instill me with confidence on that bloody couple of clips he did with the boat, I'll tell you.
They lost a couple of snaggers there. That's not good. That is not good.
I've been about that. Ronnie knows what he's doing with the four-wheel driving, but I tell you what, as a boatie, he wasn't real much chop. I tell you what, it was good, buddy. Yeah, and he tried something different, didn't he? You've got to keep coming up with different content to try and entertain people on that, and that's what it's all about. And I'll go on a rant again. I'll tell you what does shit me, fellas, and I think we all fall into this category. We don't use friggin' sexuality to get posted. That one thing that shits me on YouTube is all these people using bloody women in bikinis and that to get their posts up. It shits me in a way. It really does. And obviously, Pete, you're just a sex object yourself, mate. That's what gets you the views.
Have you seen his OnlyFans? I'm just jealous there that I don't.
Bit of bricky cleavage going. Yeah. No, it's good. Have we got any these you just try and get on a question here and they bloody just as you're reading it, it shoots up and you lose it. So yeah, so if anyone's got any yeah, I know. I don't know. YouTube's just starting to become like bloody Instagram. It's just a big bloody you know what I mean? It pisses me off, that's why I like watching little channels that just get out there and do their own thing, do it as a hobby, and Braden from 4x4 camping and adventures and all that type of stuff. Have you met up with Braden or Graham Reinders or any of those other little channels, fellas, or you just been working with yourselves?
I've done an overnight camp with with Braden and a couple of other creators. But that was just a quick meet up, just for a couple of beers and like a campfire chat or whatever. But there are no cameras around. But that's about it. No, I haven't really caught up with anyone else.
No, neither have I.
I'll tell you what, I'm loving is
we can message each other, bits and pieces.
Yep.
But haven't got together for a camp yet.
Yeah, he moved down to Esperance at one stage. I think he's back up around Perth Way or somewhere.
I think. Yeah.
Where is he?
I think he's in Bunbury. I've got a feeling.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that rings a bell. But I'm loving his Y62 patrol. Geez, he's done a good job with kitting that out, the draws and absolutely fantastic.
A lot of grunt.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I reckon I got more punts than a 200 series Land Cruiser, but I don't know.
That for sure.
And I'm hearing similar economy.
Is that right? Yeah, I always heard that they were terrible on economy when they first come out, the Y62s. Maybe they tweaked it, the tuning or something, but he seems to be pretty happy with it, mate, eh?
Yeah, I think the earlier ones sucked a fair bit of juice, but I think the latest ones, from what I'm hearing, people are towing big vans and getting 24 litres per 100.
Yeah.
Which is not too bad.
Well, yeah, your diesels are getting that anyway, so...
I guess you don't worry about fuel economy when you get a car like that. You know what's up, eh?
It's miles per gallon.
Yeah.
Get the bush chook speedos out on the trips soon, guys.
See, no, that's using sexuality. No.
Thumbs up if you want to see Pete in a set of bush chooks budgie smugglers out on his next
me, I thought it was Bailey. I thought it was Buddy Mark, not me, mate. I'm looking to get subscribers, not lose them.
I think another one thing I wanted to ask you about, mate, is the Camp Cube from Horizon Touring Products, mate. How are you enjoying that? Aren't they a good bit of kit?
I am loving it, mate. I've actually spoken to Dave a fair bit about that and bloody honoured about that, actually. But I'm planning on when we get back into campfire season, I'm doing like a review and a setup video of it. Because I've had a couple of guys that watch me say, I've got one. What do you think of it? You know what I mean? So, but on the short, it's amazing. Like it's amazing. Yeah, it's all steel. Quite heavy. I'll say it's quite heavy, but you're not going to get a steel. You know what I mean? If you want quality, you get the steel, don't you? You know what I mean?
No, it's good, mate. It's a good bit of thing. Dave's coming to the camp up in August at Harvey Bay, and he's bringing a couple of camp cubes. He's making some special ones, 3 times as big, so we can cook up some huge like coconut curry chicken and a massive big thing. So yeah, that'll be on. He said I'm going to make a couple of special ones up, 3 times the size, 3 times the size camp ovens, and we'll do up some big chili con carnes and coconut curry chickens to feed everyone, mate. So he's coming up to the camp up in August in Harvey Bay, which will be absolutely.
So you got a couple of portaloos then, I hope. Going to burn the arse end out of that.
Yeah. Hey, any plan? I know, Cam, you're planning to do the lap of Oz, mate, in a few years' time, maybe in your new caravan, mate. But Pete, you got any plans to go interstate at all, mate, or you're going to stay over there?
Plans.
You have a Queensland one planned, don't you?
Yeah, well, planned, but I don't know. I think the baby thing will throw it all out with the timing, but absolutely got plans, Bucko. It's just a matter of getting them done, you know what I mean? It's a hard one.
Especially with COVID. It's so hard to plan anything out of WA at the moment.
Yes, it is, mate, it is. And let's hope soon we can just get on with our business and that. But boy, oh boy, it's West Aussie to the East Coast. It's a big country. It's a long way to come. It's you have to plan it in. It's not like something you do. Oh, going to go over to Queensland for a week. Take you a week to get over here before you saw it. Yeah.
I think I'd have to end up flying over and driving the BT, you know?
You can drive her anytime, mate. Anytime you want. No, it's a good vehicle. But we will. A couple of my favourite camping spots in West Aussie. Used to take the kids there all the time. Down near Dwelling Up, I don't know what the river's name was. A beautiful river down there near Dwelling Up. We used to get the inflatable boats and with the kids and all that type of stuff. And honeymoon pools down around Collie. What's some of your favourite spots over there, guys?
Ooh, go.
Oh, favourite. Well, geez, I've got to say the Southwest. So Donnelly River has been one of my favourite all-time, adventures and / camping spots, because they're it's an adventure to get to the camping spot. That's what I'm saying. So, and that's what I love. That's just perfect.
And that's the Donnelly River, mate, is it?
Yeah, the Donnelly River. Yeah, that's in the southwest there. It's it's a way further down than the the Blackwood and that what you're talking about. But just amazing, absolutely. I haven't even captured it correctly, Buck, if you know what I mean. But I don't know. It's amazing. Here we go. You're gonna one up me, aren't you, mate? I think Kimberly's there.
No, I love the weather and the landscape and the beaches and the ocean and stuff. Up in the Kimberley, it's just something else. I'd spend as much time there as I could.
Yeah.
If I could afford it. So probably Cape Leveque for me has probably been the best campsite that I've ever stayed at.
Can't wait to get up there.
Pender Bay, Cape Leveque. What about you, Bucko?
Yeah.
Oh, mate, I've got to say, Fraser Island. It's got a bit of everything, mate. As I said, beautiful beach driving, inland sand track driving, low range stuff, rainforests, crystal clear freshwater lakes. It has got everything. Fraser Island, the only thing it hasn't got is probably waterfalls, but everything else you could possibly want on a camping trip, Fraser Island's got it. It's got good four-wheel driving, good tailor fishing, famous for its tailor fishing over there. I've never caught one. Yeah, so no.
I specialise in that. I've caught one.
But it was a good one.
What do they like? I don't eat fish, but is Taylor a nice eating fish, or is it a?
Oh, geez, mate. It's when you catch them as bigger, when they get bigger, they get sweeter. And we've caught some big ones. No,
I think they're rated quite low actually, as far as edible fish go.
I think it's unreal, dude.
I think they get about a 3 out of a 5 on the old Rec West fish.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I mean, if you can't make your shallow fry, it's all good, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's the best eating fish over in West Aussie? I know my brother, I said to him one day, what's your favourite eating fish? And he said sand whiting. And not many people say that. He loves whiting. So over in West Aussie, what's your favourite go-to fish to eat? Everyone says coral trout.
Goldman snapper as well. Yeah. Never caught one, but I buy it from the fishmonger.
Gold band snapper, mate. Yeah, absolutely. Beautiful.
Yeah. No, that's good anyway. So what's the next?
I was going to ask you something, mate.
Yeah, mate.
Sorry, I have a bad habit of talking over people. Sorry, mate. I wanted to ask you, with Fraser Island, how you said it was your favourite spot. I always it's funny because obviously I only see it through YouTube. I wanted to ask you, is it like from the videos I see, four-wheel drive 24/7 or whatever, you see that it's always quite busy, it looks like. But obviously, if you like it, there are spots that you can piss off away from the crowds, or what's the deal there?
Absolutely, mate. It's a big island, Pete, when you're over there. It's the largest island in the world. Morton Island and places like that are a bit smaller, but Fraser Island, yes, it can get busy up and down the main beach and that. But, mate, there's plenty of camp spots. You can get away from people there, no worries at all. You can really get away from people.
Yeah,
especially over the west side. You want to camp on the west side of the island. There are just bloody camp spots everywhere there, guys. But, it's a big island, Pete, so there's plenty of places to get away from it. And as I said, Fraser has just got everything. I love it. It's a beautiful place. It's got rainforest. It's got everything. It's got a bit of everything. And the freshwater lakes over there, Lake Mackenzie, Lake Wobby, Eli Creek. It's just absolutely incredible.
That looks amazing, that Eli Creek.
Yeah. Hey, you've been over to Queensland at all? You're both West Aussie boys originally?
Yeah, West Aussie born and bred for me. And as far as Queensland goes, I've stopped there on the way to New Zealand.
Is that right?
Just a stopover, mate. Yeah.
I've been over there a few times. When I was about 9 years old, my folks loaded us in the old Pajero and we spent 6 months driving around Australia. So we spent a good month or two in Queensland. So I've been to Fraser Island. It would have been a little bit different back then, 23 years ago.
Yeah.
And the last time I was there was just before Chloe was born. Tiff was pregnant with Chloe, and we got married, and we went over for our honeymoon. So,
magic.
Yeah. I think we went to the Daintree. I can't remember where else. Shit,
Every time I hear the Daintree, I think of Russell Coit.
Do you?
Yeah, because he does.
It's exactly like that. Exactly.
Your trips.
Everyone calls me Russell Coit, but the Daintree special guys up around Cape Tribulation and a couple hours north of where I am. It's pretty special. We take it for granted. It's a bit like you guys probably take beaches and all that stuff for granted, and we sit over here in my part of the world looking at all your beautiful white beaches and clear blue water and all that. But you just probably watch some of the stuff I do with the rainforests and all that stuff. So it's just that's what I love about YouTube. You can get in and you can have a look at some other places. The Victorian High Country, when we do our trip around Australia, I want to go and check that out and hopefully catch up with Tim Bates. That's my style of camping. Speaking, I don't know if I've asked this at all. Favourite style of camping? There's a lot of different ways. You caravan, rooftop tent, and that. I said last night I just put a clip up this afternoon. I was just camping by myself down north of Townsville, and I still think my favourite way to camp is just a 2.5 metre awning off the Forby and a bloody mongrel old king swag and a fire pit and a camp chair. What about you guys?
I'll be interested to hear your answer on this one, just because you've lived it all. Whereas I don't really know anything other than I've hired a couple of camper trailers, and they're bloody beautiful with a family. But it's a lot of effort as far as I'm concerned. I'm very selfish because I'm used to going on my own. So, but for me, it's a swag and a fire. Just don't set up the swag till you go to bloody bed.
Yeah.
Do it half pissed.
Yeah, normally.
Poles everywhere.
I think I've gone through them all. And at different times I've gone back as well. Yeah. So we've had swags. I've been in rooftop tents. I've had soft floor camper trailers, hard floor camper trailers.
Interesting.
And hybrid caravan. I also had a 16-foot caravan a few years ago as well. But yeah, I'm probably going a little bit soft. But ever since I've had a hot shower, an inner spring mattress, and a toilet in a caravan, as long as you've got the right van, you can still get to some pretty remote places. And there's nothing better. Like when you get over here, Buck, you've got to get to Warra Station, like 14 mile, the most pristine beach you will ever see. And you can have your van parked right up on the water's edge, and you get out of the water and you're covered in sea salt. You come inside, you have a hot shower, and you sleep on an inner spring mattress. It's the best. So and also the whole family can come. So for me, I'm pretty sold on that caravan lifestyle now. But I'll always keep those swag trips for more remote stuff, solo stuff, and trips with the boys.
Always keep a swag.
Swag's great to the boys, but the girls, as I say, the girls love a little bit of comfort, especially the toilet facilities, like it's all right for us. We go and dig a hole or sneak behind a tree for a tinkle or whatever. The girls need their privacy and that when they're camping, and I think that turns a lot of women off camping. And your little Forbes 13 MDC there, Cam, mate, that's all for a couple and a little girl, Chloe, and that bloody did you beautifully over there in West Aussie on your trip around West Aussie, didn't it?
I can honestly say it never held us back from going anywhere. Not once. I got that thing bogged on the banks of the bogged on the banks of the Pentecost River. Croc infested, middle of nowhere, end of the Gibb River Road. Yeah, never stopped us from going anywhere. It was great.
Yeah. Speaking of the Gibb River Road, is it as bad as everyone says, or it's doable, mate, with a caravan?
I might upset people here. And look, it might depend on when it's been graded. But I do wonder if maybe there's a lot of grey nomads that have never driven gravel, and maybe that's their first experience doing a long gravel road. But honestly, it was really simple. I would take a semi-off-road van on it if it was similar conditions to when we went. I guess it was the year that COVID, like around when were we there? August or July 2020, I think we started the Gibb. So that was when COVID was sort of first kicking off, and I guess there were no eastern states travellers on the Gibb. Probably wasn't getting a lot of traffic. Yeah,
it's a bit like the Peninsula Development Road on the way to Cape York. It can either be, if you strike it once it's graded, beautiful. If you strike it when she's corrugated, it'll rattle the fillings out of your teeth.
Yeah, it can make a big difference.
It's a luck of the draw. It really is. Hey, Steve, Cam, I was only speaking to Roz the other day. We're going to start watching your series again, mate, the West Aussie thing, because you forget stuff after a while. I've watched them all, but you forget. So we want to go back and and start jotting notes down now that we're planning our trip around and go, that's a must-eat. Steep Point. We want to get to the most western point. We've been to the most eastern point at Byron Bay. We've been to the most northern point, the famous sign at Cape York. We definitely want to get over to Steep Point. What's it like? Worth going over there, mate?
Yeah, it's a pretty rough track, but I won't give anything away. But you've told me what you're looking at buying, and you'd be able to drag that the whole way into Steep Point. Camp in Shelter Bay. You're overlooking. You'll be able to see Dirk Hartog Island from there. It's spectacular. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I want to get. I don't know what the most southern part of the Australian mainland is. I don't know if that's Victoria or is it Tasmania. I'm not quite sure, but I want to get to all 4 points before I die, guys, and this will be my only chance probably to do it. So definitely want to get out to Steep Point. Yeah. And you've been to Exmouth, mate, yeah?
Yeah, so when I was, I actually did spent a lot of time up there. We had as a kid, my parents had a holiday house up there, so every school holidays we'd go up there, spend a couple of weeks up, and mate, it really is amazing. But I've got to admit, I don't know if this is going to piss people off. It's changed a lot since I was a kid. When I was a kid, it was pretty much dead. There was like no one there. It was, and you didn't have to go anywhere. You just go to the town beach there and catch whatever you want. But now it seems to be a freaking epicenter. People everywhere, and it is, and rightly so. It's a beautiful spot, but too busy for me now. I'll be honest.
Is that right, mate? It's busy up there, eh? The mines have always been up there, but I guess.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. But
no,
I think that should not deter you at all. You should still go up there because it's.
You'll love it.
You freaking love it.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
and the township, I suppose, is inside the Gulf, but on the other side, Cape Range National Park and Ningaloo Reef, it is spectacular. Yeah. And there's a full drive track from Cape Range National Park where you drive across Yardie Creek and you can drive south along the coast through Ningaloo Station. And that's where you'll find, if you've heard of South Lafroy or Windabandy, cracking campsites right on the beach. Yeah, fantastic. Get out.
Oh, mate, as I said, I'm really looking forward to that. After seeing you camping at some of those beautiful beaches up there, mate, Ross and I are bloody frothing to get over and start our trip after Christmas this year or very early next year. But as I said, guys, it's you've got to go and have dinner with the family and that. But as I said, Cam will be watching it all again. And guys, thanks for joining in tonight. And
thank you, Bucko.
I haven't had a chance really. I've been too busy watching and listening to you guys to see the comments.
Oh, same here.
What I might do is if you guys, I don't know how to log you guys out, but if I might be able to continue on. If I stuff it up, guys, thanks for watching. Cam, Pete, two of the best YouTube channels out there. Guys, if you haven't subscribed, and I'm sure everyone on here has already subscribed to Cam, have a look, guys. I told you to be a big night. I normally get 200 to 250, 380 on tonight, guys. You brought a lot of people in there with you, and hopefully that just shows what little YouTube channels can do. Work together. Bloody.
Yeah, get to stick together, mate.
Work together. Keep bloody everything positive and all that type of stuff. Sometimes I get caught up in shit, and I've got to.
Don't let it happen, Bucko. Don't let it change Don't let it change who you are, of course.
Yeah, I know, mate. I know, but sometimes I say shit. You know what blokes are like? You say stuff and go, I shouldn't have said that.
Love it. I bloody love it, mate.
Roz is quick to tell me if I say something wrong. Let me tell you.
That's what scares me about the live chat, because I can be quite opinionated too. I'm hoping Roz is going to be there on the censorship, just in case.
Oh, God, his pants are off.
That'd be embarrassing. Invite Cam as a special guest, and Roz blocks him.
Just a big just
pixelated.
Anyway, guys, thanks for coming on, buddy.
Yeah. Thank you so much to everyone commenting. I feel rude for not bloody saying anything, but I know what you mean, Bucko. It's hard to keep up, mate.
Once we got the camera off, we're going to go through all the comments and have a look. So thank you, everyone, for joining in. And I'm sorry that we didn't get to say good day to all of you. We're both pretty honoured and touched to have beautiful people like you supporting us. So thank you. And thanks, Bucko, for organising this.
Maybe we can do it again down the track a bit, in a few months' time, guys, we can come up with some other subjects to talk about. I think it's been a great success tonight. And Percy said, bloody, say good day to Rafa for me, he said.
Bucko, thanks for having us on, mate. Really enjoyed
Thanks,
this. It was nerve-wracking, but, yeah, you forget about that people are watching for a second there, eh?
Get lost in conversation.
Yeah.
It's good.
And as I said, there was 380 on, and you've obviously brought a lot from your channels over, guys. For those who don't normally watch my live feeds, thank you so much for coming over. Hope you enjoy it. I love getting on and jibber-jabber and talking about camp, and that's what it's all about. And if there's one thing that everyone can relate to, most Aussies, it's getting out, getting into the outdoors, having a beer, taking your family out, having a good time, and just bloody, as Graham Cahill says, fella, suck the guts out of life because it's too bloody short. It really is. Yeah. Anyway, fellas, thanks again. Enjoy your dinner with the family.
He says, "Cut me an iron jack out the Waco there." No.
Yeah, no one.
Anyway, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the comments. All right, guys, I'll see if I can log you out and stay on myself. If I log myself out, guys, thanks for watching. See you, fellas. Enjoy the rest of your night.
See you, Ross.
Cheers, Bucko. Cheers, Ross.
Kick from studio. I'll give you this a go. See yous. Righto, guys. Let me know if you still have me, please. What's that, Roz? Oh, I'm still on. Hey, how good was it to have Cam and Pete on, guys? Geez, bloody two really good guys, down to earth. That's what it's about. They're not fake and phony. They're just bloody good lads over there. Got good families. They love getting out camping and that. So, yeah, still on. Thanks, guys. And as I said, I was too busy listening and watching Pete and Cam there to see any of the comments. I haven't had a chance to read any of them, but I will do that tomorrow. So, everyone who got on. Jay Slade's on, guys. Lukey Reed. Steve W. over there in England. G'day, mate. How are you? Thanks for tuning in. Annie Fuller. Brad Howell. What have we got on? 358 still on. Thanks for staying on. I thought I'd lose about 180 as soon as Cam and Pete went off, but hopefully we can do another one with Cam and Pete. And it was going to be with a Gidgee tonight, but Cam got on to me and Cam said, mate, sometimes work gets in the way. I mightn't be available. And Cam sent me a message and said, Buck, I'll be available this Saturday night if you want to do a live feed, and Pete's good to go. So I rang my brother up and said, hey, Ken, do you mind if I put Cam and Pete on? They've both got the night off, and Ken said, yeah, go for it. So absolute success. This StreamYard thing seemed to work really well, guys. The video quality seemed good. We had no echo tonight. I think that echo cancellation, I didn't tick that last week with Tofty, and maybe that's all I need to do. Kaz is on, guys. Kaz, thanks for tuning in, mate. Good having a chat with you last night. I talked to you that much last night on the phone. I nearly ran out of charcoal, and I only just got me kebabs cooked, mate, because the charcoal had burnt down that far. I only just got them cooked, and I had no more charcoal in the vehicle to throw on top. So, yeah. Malcolm Hay, did I sell the dot trailer? No, we haven't, mate. We've had a couple of nibbles. It's a bit like fishing. I can't land it. So, Wild Touring. Yeah, if you don't know, guys, Pete's from WA Camping Adventures, and Cam Wild, that's his name, is from Wild Touring. And Cam's channel's gone gangbusters, guys. He got 30-something thousand. Pete's up close to 20,000, I think, last time I saw. They've both done really well and great little channels. If you're not subscribed to them, make sure you get on and follow them because they're bloody, as I said, down-to-earth blokes, and you'll really enjoy their channel. As you can see, Pete loves a beer. He's always having a laugh, and it's infectious, his laugh, and he's all about never hear Pete or Cam, for that matter, speaking negative or anything like that. It's always positive stuff, and that's what we want to see. There's too much negative, as Pete said, and it was well said. He said, I don't watch the news or TV anymore, Buck. He said, it's just all negative shit on there. He said, I just watch YouTube and try and keep everything. Les Nagy's on. G'day, Les. How? Tiger Lily. Seems like Seems like Mark is starting to get flooded with people selling caravans and camper trailers. Yes, and that was always going to be the case, Tiger Lily. Everyone, when they were locked down and you could only travel around your own state, were buying camper trailers and caravans. Well, guess what? Things are starting to open up now, and I always said that. Watch the second-hand caravans come on the market when COVID starts getting a bit relaxed, and it is. You're exactly right. Wild Turin, Lukey Alexander. Wild Turin's the best. They're bloody both really good channels. I love watching both of them. And as I said, Cam's going around Australia in 2025, I think he said. So, wow, hopefully in a new caravan, whatever he decides, I don't know. But that'll be an absolutely fantastic trip, because his trip around Western Australia with Tiff and Chloe was absolutely fantastic. And now they got little Brody as well. So, yeah. Timmy Lawton saying, g'day to FJ Steve. Looks like a great spot you're camping at. Yeah. Colin and Maria, Lap of Australia. Hey, Buck, what's happening in Hervey Bay in August when you are there? We live in Hervey Bay. Would like to catch up. Colin and Maria, Lap of Australia. I'm having a Mrbuckaroonie camp up, guys, at the Fraser Coast RV Park. Unfortunately, it was sold out in 24 hours, about 250 people. And Suzanne said, we've maxed the park out, guys, so I'm sure we'll still be able to catch up. But, yeah, I'm having a camp up there. People coming up from Tasmania, South Australia, Victoria, New South Wales. I don't know about the other states and territories, and heaps from Queensland, New South Wales, obviously. Having it in Hervey Bay, where Jack Turtle lives, guys. G'day, Jack. And it's going to be at the Fraser Coast RV Park, Thursday, Friday, 4th to the 7th of August. And we're going to run a big raffle. And Matty Laxo, he's come up at the moment. We're running a raffle there, guys. $6,500 worth of prizes for the raffle at the moment, for the Hervey Bay raffle. It's going to be absolutely massive. I haven't even started asking for prizes yet. Matty Laxo, guys, he's got some contacts, and he keeps saying, I got this, I got that. So if you buy some tickets at the Hervey Bay get-together, guys, it's going to, you're in with some really good prizes to win. Speaking of that, Hervey Bay RSL's come on board, Jack Turtle, and they're going to lend us their barbecue trailer. It's like a trailer with gas bottles and flip-out barbecues and all that. We're going to try and get a slow cook bloke down in Hervey Bay. He didn't get back to us, so we're just going to do like barbecue-type stuff on the Friday, Saturday night. We'll be cooking up coconut curry chicken. Hein and Keith will be doing boerewors and chakalaka, and we're going to have chili con carne, and, we'll cook up some Aussie campfire kitchens are coming down, guys. So I'm sure Tony and Taryn will be cooking up some big wet dishes on their Aussie campfire kitchens down there. So no one will go hungry. It's going to be good. And it's just a chance to everyone to get together. As I said, heap of people that love camping, love the outdoors, good people to get together, have a few drinks, have a laugh. There's going to be some entertainment there. Suzanne's organised some singers on the Friday and hopefully the Saturday night, some entertainment. They're getting a new stage built, so everyone will be able to have some fires going and their camp chairs and sit back and listen to some nice, easy going music. And after we've had a thing, Spinifex Breweries, guys. Spinifex Breweries have come on. They're going to send a couple of kegs of beer over for us for happy hour on Friday, Saturday night. It's going to be good. If you're coming to the not much change in Victoria. If you're coming to the Hervey Bay camp up, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. We got a whale watch for 2 adults, a whale watching trip. Hervey Bay donated as a prize the other day. There's some magnificent prizes. Spinifex Breweries has come on board. Hervey Bay RSL's given us their, what did I say they're doing? Their barbecue trailer, their Temprite for the kegs, and Marquee. And Channel 7, guys, Channel 7 from Hervey Bay is going to be there to do a story on it. And their Channel 7's providing us their marquee just in case it rains and that, so we can get the food and all that under things. So it's going to be fantastic. Listen, another one is, I keep saying it, Mrbuckaroonie's last charity drive for a veterans charity is going to be at the start of March, guys. We want to make this a big one. I haven't got the shirts and that here. It'll be all the Mrbuckaroonie shirts, the 10 different colours, the new Hervey Bay themed shirt. If you're going to the Hervey Bay one, guys, buy one of these shirts. $20 from every shirt goes towards a veterans charity. All the stubby coolers. You'll be able to buy all the different stubby coolers. 10 different colours. And there's the Hervey Bay stubby cooler with the whales on. If you don't know about Hervey Bay, it's probably the most famous place in Australia to watch whales, guys. Hervey Bay whales. So Brett's designed that up. The shirt looks similar, all the whales and dolphins and turtles on there. You'll have a chance to buy them, long and short sleeve. The Mrbuckaroonie sun hats with the embroidered Mrbuckaroonie logo. this will be the last one I do, guys. The last charity thing I do. I'm pretty confident of that. So get in and support it. It'll be start of March. It'll be on YouTube, and I should be out of the bin on Facebook, so I can put it up on Facebook and also Instagram. But keep your ear to the ground on YouTube. Subscribe to my channel, and that way you'll know when you can get in. And if you don't know, Banks Creek Retreat is a retreat, a 100-acre camping retreat west of Brisbane for veterans and their families and emergency services and their families. We're going to try and get enough money to buy them a big industrial lawnmower to maintain and keep the campgrounds in pristine condition for all the veterans and their families and emergency services workers and that. So it will rain. Frank and I will be there, and it always rains. You know why it's going to rain? Brett Hooker's turning up, guys. Brett Hooker's going to be there. He's going to be emceeing it in his silver jacket. And if Brett Hooker is there, you can guarantee it will rain. So make sure you bring a wet weather plan. In the Army, we always had a wet weather plan. And you know what the wet weather plan was? When you went bush, it was get wet. That was our wet weather plan. But, yeah, Brett Hooker's coming, guys. I've asked Brett to be the MC on the microphone, and Brett does a fantastic job with that. He's a bloody character. He'll be in his silver jacket as MC, and we're going to be it'll be good. We're going to have a fantastic time. And what makes these events is just everyone's friendship, everyone getting together, having a laugh, having some cook-ups, and it's going to be really good. I can't wait for it. August 4th to the 7th, and unfortunately, guys, it's sold out. The RV park can only take so many people. So Iggy's on. Hi, Jason and Nikki. Jason, Nikki Slater on, I'd say. I saw Jace on there before. Knots on the Bay are from Harvey Bay, guys. Can't wait to see you guys either. Can someone please post a link to all the YouTube channels, please? Rather watch these than free to air. Knots on the Bay. Can someone put up Pete's channel, WA Camping Adventures and Wild Touring, guys? I don't know if it'll... Hang on, let me try. Camping... That work? Yeah, WA Wild Touring. Four by four. Camping and last one, guys, Graham. Great off-road. If you're not subscribed to those 4 West Aussie channels, subscribe to them, guys. Good lads, good down to earth. They all do it as a hobby. I've met Graham in real life. Really nice guy, and his wife. You got Pete from WA Camping, Cam and Tiff with their 2 kids, and Braden from 4x4 Camping and Adventures. Just a young fella who's got a beautiful Y62 Patrol, loves his camping. He does some cook-ups, all that type of stuff. And as I said, they all got jobs on the side. They all do it as a hobby, and that's what I like. I like guys who just do it as a hobby and really enjoy it. That's what I like. Rochi, thanks, Buck. We'll subscribe to them. Thanks, guys, and go on and check them out. If you don't like them, that's fine. I'm sure you will, especially Pete from WA Camping Adventures. He's always having a laugh. Cam and Tiff are on there. You'll love their channel, guy. If you like my channel, you're going to love their channels because they're all fairly similar. They probably do more camping stuff than what I do. I've kind of gone off and doing other things now, guys, trying to, funny stories and bloody pie eating shit and all that. I'm kind of going right off the rails now. But those guys, especially Pete's all about right down really sticking to that camping thing. And his tinny camp ups, and Cam's doing them now too, are absolutely fantastic. Love watching their tinny camp ups. Any chance, Ryan, buying some of your secret brisket rub? Brett Schakowski. Now, dreaded chef, come on, mate. Now, you were talking yourself up. I know you said that hopefully this year the dreaded chef's rubs will be out, guys. Speaking of the dreaded chef, Ryan, it's not far now. You and Courtney are getting married in July, mate. And I'll tell you what, it'll be here before we know it. I better start practicing a speech or something, I think, and might have to go to Lowe's and buy a bloody clothes that fit me. I've been eating too many pies. Love the pie reviews. Barely off-road. Did another one today, guys, at Jesse's Pies at Carbel, which is a little seaside town halfway between Townsville and Cairns. I stopped off there today on the way home, and there's a little yellow van there. He's been there for 50 years or something, and I always drop in there for a pie. And I did one with him today. That'll be on Wednesday, guys. My next pie review, we drop it on Wednesday morning. Jesse's Pies, what a great place. If you're punching up to North Queensland, you're going through Carbel, look at the rest stop on the right-hand side. Always look for that little yellow van there, and he's got some really good pies, let me tell you. West Australian Off-Road is another West Australian Off-Road, another good channel, Knots on the Bay. There's heaps of them over there. There's Western Australia's got the most YouTube channels, I think, when it comes to four-wheel driving and camping, because that state is just purpose-made for camping, beach driving, fishing. It's incredible. West Aussie, I'll tell you what, they're lucky. The guys that live over there, it's a bloody beautiful place. It really is. It's just a shame it's so far away from everywhere. Perth's the most isolated capital city in the world, guys, if you didn't know. The most isolated, it's a beautiful city. I lived there for 4 years. Absolutely beautiful city. And my daughter is still living over in West Aussie. She's at Bustleton there, a beautiful little, decent-sized town, about 2.5 hours south of Perth, down in the southwest of Western Australia. So I couldn't get any further away from my daughter if I tried. And hopefully, guys, COVID depending, my daughter is coming over for the Mrbuckaroonie camp up in August. I've booked her some accommodation there at the Fraser Coast RV Park in Gertrude or some bloody thing. I think the caravan's called. So hopefully my daughter can come over. You can all get to meet her, and then we'll get to stay with my daughter, Roz and I, when we do our lap of Australia. So Roz and I started planning. I'll tell you what, we got a map arrived while I was away. It's like a big laminate Australian map, and we're going to stick that on the kitchen table in the caravan, so at night we can sit there and work out. And Roz and I, it's given us a really good interest at the moment, is sitting down planning our trip around Australia. We're not going to be able to go to any national parks. We're going to have Rafa with us, but I'm sure there's still plenty of bloody nice places that we'll get to go that aren't national park. So be it. But I wouldn't leave Rafa at home for the world for 12 months. No way I'd be without that little fella for 12 months. I'd rather miss out on national parks and miss out on me best mate for 12 months, that's for sure. So, and Roz feels the same way. But we'll still have an absolutely... Bevcam 123 going to Bustleton tomorrow. And, it's beautiful there, isn't it? The Bustleton Jetty, it's got the underwater observatory at the end. And it's a beautiful... If you've never been over to Western Australia, guys, go down and visit Bustleton. It's a bloody beautiful little town. It really is. And the southwest of Western Australia, some of those little towns there, the Margaret River Winery. My daughter works at Margaret River. And some of the wineries, the Margaret River wineries. And one place I never got to when I was in West Aussie is Esperance, right down the bottom. The beaches there have got to be the best beaches in Australia. I know that's a big call. The beaches at Esperance are to die for, and I'm going to go down to Esperance and see them. And then when we leave Lauren from Bustleton, we'll go down to Esperance, then we'll punch up the Norseman, and then we'll punch back over east across the Nullarbor Plains. And we're going to go the coastway, and then on the way back, we'll do some inland stuff. I want to go to Canberra and see the War Memorial. I've never seen the Australian War Memorial. Can you believe that? And that is on my bucket list. I've got a good mate, Dicko, that lives in Canberra. I'll probably keep Rafa at Dicko's place or somewhere, put him in a doggy daycare, and I want to spend 1 or 2 days at the Australian War Memorial and the War Museum there, because they reckon it's next level, and it's something that is definitely on my bucket list to do. So we're going to tick a lot of bucket list stuff off, Roz and I, on this trip. Roz has never been she's been to West Aussie with me. We've been over to Perth and Bustleton and that together, but Roz has never seen the Northern Territory. I've never seen the Kimberley. I've seen the Pilbara region. I haven't been up as high as we want to go to camp on Cable Beach and do the camel ride on Cable Beach. All that type of stuff, guys. All that type of stuff. So, Bucko, Mr. P rang and said to tell you to get off. All right, 9 minutes, Mr. P. Is Mr. P on tonight, guys? Australian War Memorial is fantastic, as is the one in Darwin. Jace Slade. We might have to go and see that. I'll tell you another good one, Jace. Horn Island up in the Torres Strait. We went to the little war memorial, the War Museum up there, and it's also the Pearl Lugger Museum, and Horn Island was the most bombed place in Australia during World War II, and that little museum there is very, very good up in the Torres Strait. So, anything wrong, Roz? Yes, it is. I said Roz there. I'm wrong again, guys. I should have said Darwin. I said Roz has never been to the Northern Territory. Yes, she bloody has. In 2018, and I was with her when we punched across the Barkly Highway, went to the Barkly Homestead, punched down to Devil's Marbles, down through Tennant Creek and all those places, guys, and we went down and we did Kings Canyon and Uluru, and Uluru, Ayers Rock, is in the Northern Territory. So I stand corrected, Roz. What an idiot I am. What I meant to say, guys, is we came across from Queensland and we punched south. We didn't go north. This time we'll be going all the way up through Darwin and places like that. Don't know, we won't be able to go to Kakadu and that. They're all national parks. As I said, we're going to miss out on some stuff, but I don't care. But there's plenty of other places to see. The Daily Waters pub. I think the drunkest I've ever been was at the Daily Waters pub when I was in the army one night there. Mataranka Springs, all those places up around there, around Darwin. I haven't been to Darwin since the 80s, guys. Apparently it's a very nice modern city now. So I'm really looking forward to seeing Darwin. And then we're going to punch across into West Aussie. And that's all uncharted territory for me, that north-western Australia. Want to go to El Questro station if we can get across to El Questro, and there's some places that we want to get. Terence Greentree, the unknown soldier, when you walk in your heart will... Yeah, I know, mate. Yeah, it's going to be special. That, as you know, guys, I did 20 years in the army, so the war memorial is going to be very special to me. It'll be very touching. So it's bedtime down here. Buck, get off. Now, Phil Taylor's told me, Mr. P, someone else has told me to get off, so I better get off. I forgot, it's bloody past your bedtime for all you Mexicans there. It's bloody 8:30 nearly. No, it's 9:30 in Mexico. So for all the cockroaches and the bloody Victorians, the pointy heads down there in Tassie, it's bloody nearly 9:30. So I'm going to get off. The main thing is Kakadoo's. I have been to Kakadoo. I've been to Kakadoo. I did a lot of those places when I was in the army, guys. And I spent some miserable nights in the Northern Territory in the army. I might tell them in some of Buck's funny stories one day. Catherine Gorge was special. But, oh, geez, I did some real shit nights. Hot, mosquitoes, just, yeah, you always remember the shit times, don't you? But I'm sure there's some nice places up there too. Mataranka Springs was nice from memory. Really good. Might have to have a Darwin stubby while I'm up there. Do they still have Darwin stubbies, those big gallon bloody stubbies? Nearly 11:30 in New Zealand. Wow. Adam Harlick over the ditch there in New Zealand. I haven't seen Phil Webber. Is Phil Webber on? He's over the ditch there too. Phil the Maniac's on, guys. Hey, Phil, I wouldn't mind having you on as a special guest one night. Who wants to see? Thumbs up if you want to see Phil the Maniac on as a special guest one night. I'm sure we can talk about bloody heaps of shit. Phil the Maniac and Timmy Bates from Tim's 4x4 Adventures, guys, down there in the Victorian High Country. Tim's keen to come on and do a live feed with me one night. Really looking forward to hearing Tim talk about the different camping styles. I just spent a night in a swag last night, sweating my ass off, and here's a guy that's down the other end of the country freezing his ass off. So, isn't it? We've got all the extremes here in Australia. We really have. I'll tell you what, I will never go camping again without my Ryobi fan, guys. That swag last night was putrid inside. The midgie mesh is that, you think the airflow would come. There was no air anyway, but the midgie mesh is that tight to stop the midgies coming in. It also stops a lot of airflow, I noticed last night. Good swags. I'd rather lack a bit of airflow than have midgies coming in. All I needed was my Ryobi fan, and we would have had a good night's sleep last night. I rate them. All right, guys. Sorry to keep you all up so long down there in bloody Mexico, down there south of the border. Jace, thanks up. And everyone wants to see Phil the Mania. It'll be a good laugh. We'll get Phil on. I'll be in touch, Phil. We'll get you on one night for a live feed. I love doing these guys. I reckon it's bloody good. You can ask questions. Wasn't it good to see Pete and Cam on tonight. I had an absolute ball tonight, and hopefully we can have them on later in the year for another one. Absolutely fantastic. What a bloody two really good blokes. And when we do our lap around Australia, I spoke to them before we came on. I'll be doing a couple of nights with Pete and Cam and sitting around a fire and I don't know. It'll be on one of their channels, I'm sure, and we'll get out for a couple of nights while I'm down there in Bustleton, and I'm sure me and Roz will be able to get out there with the boys one night and bloody see how they camp over there in West Aussie. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed the night tonight. I think it was fantastic. I'm a bit biased, but yeah, so Dicko's Destinations, and that's what I want to see, mate. You know, we did that Uluru trip, guys, and it's helped so many people. Our Cape York trip, a lot of people said, Buck, we would never have thought of going to the Torres Strait or to Horn Island and that if it wasn't for you and Roz and that. And we just put a different perspective on the trip. It's not all about going up and doing the old telly track, which is fantastic, but we did our own thing, and it opened a lot of people's eyes up that there's more to Cape York than just the old telly track. There's bloody lots of other stuff to do up there too. Anyway, guys, stay safe, be good to each other, stay positive, please. I know there's too much negativity. I've tried to stop watching all these rallies and all that. I know I've got my own views, but I just get so angry when I see all these arseholes flying the flags upside down. I shouldn't get upset over it, but it pisses me off. If I had a gun, I'd probably go and take them out. Or that's how much it annoys me. Seeing they're sitting there, I'm going to have a rant. They're all there the other day. Now, if they want to go out and protest, I don't mind. They're all singing the national anthem, hundreds of thousands of them, singing the national anthem while they're flying the Aussie flag upside down. Tell me, am I wrong, or is that bullshit? You can't have it both ways. You can't sing there and sing the national anthem with the Aussie flag flying upside down. That doesn't compute to me, and it just doesn't make sense. But anyway, I've had me rant. I had to have a rant. I had to have one rant while I was on. That was it. I'm going. Phil Weber is on over the ditch. G'day, Phil. How are you, mate? Hope you're well. Justin Dillon, great job tonight, mate. Thanks a lot, Justin. Thanks for tuning in. I missed a lot of your comments. I'll watch them again tomorrow morning with a brew. And if you made a comment tonight, I'll go through tomorrow and make sure I see it, guys. So, as I said, it's hard when you're here and trying to keep up with all the comments. Good night, and we'll catch you again maybe next Saturday night. We'll see how we go. I'll see what I'm doing. But I've got some more special guests lined up. Still want to get me brother on for a jibber. Phil the Maniac, Tim Bates. There's heaps of people I want to get on to have a good jibber jabber. Anyway, let me know what you reckon in the comments. If you enjoyed tonight, let me know, and I'll do more of them. All right, I'm going to end broadcast, guys. Good night. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you.